4.2.5 says determine the values of k for which the value of f of x minus k will always be positive. So now this has to do with the parabola. Pick a value of k. So we have f of x minus k. We want a value of k such that we will always determine the values of k for which the value of f of x minus k will always be positive. So we want this to always be greater than 0. So basically you're looking for the regions where you're looking for the values of k that you can have such that your function of f is still positive. So in order to do that, we just have to look at the lowest part on our graph, which is at the turning point. That has a y value of -9. So if we want the values of k such that this function is always positive, k will have to be such a value that it shifts up the graph, because remember k is just a constant in this case. Determine the values of k for which f of x minus k will always be positive. We want our function to always be positive. That means the lowest value should be greater than 0, and currently the lowest value is -9. So in order to shift our graph over there, we need to move it 9 units up. So according to this notation, we're not adding k, we're subtracting k. So we need k to be such a value such that the lowest point on our graph, which is our turning point, is above the x-axis. So k needs to be -9, because when we put or substitute k as -9, we get f of x minus -9. This will be f of x plus 9, basically shifting all our points 1 unit up. So for values of k that are smaller than 9, our graph will always be positive. Because if k is any value that is greater than 9, such as k is equals to -7, then we're only going to shift our graph 7 units up, and this will only move up until -2, and we have a region of the function that is negative, and that's what we're trying to avoid. So k has to be strictly less than -9, and it also can't be -9, because if it is -9, then our function will lie on the x-axis right there, and we don't want that possibility as well, because we want it to always be positive. 0 is not positive. So if it's always greater than 9, means the smallest value it can be is 10, and or if we're working with whole numbers. But yeah, k has to be smaller than -9 in order to satisfy the condition of our graph always being positive.